This is the OASIS News Organization. Oh no!
What's in my closet today? An important piece of my history and American history. Authentic pair of Levi Strauss bell bottoms. Now these jeans right here, they're about 50 years old now. And this was certainly the uniform that all of us young hippies back in Dallas, we wore 7 days a week, all day long. Especially if you went over and you scored yourself a $10 lid of Mexican dirt weed and fired one up. VD, did y'all have marijuana down there in Pea Cox County in the 70s?
Oh, hell yeah, Groovy. We smoked it, we tried growing some, and we even ran down to the border to do a little importing business.
Well, I'd like to hear about your importing business, but first, we need to talk about Levi's. Now, these first two pictures there were about the gold rush men in 1849 in California. That's where Levi Strauss figured out these boys need some pants. So he came up with the idea of blue jeans, what we call blue jeans today. And of course, the cowboys made it all popular for all of us. Here are my bell bottoms. I spread them out in those on my bed here. Those first pictures you couldn't see the bell in them. Well, here they are. And you know, we just wore them because, you know, the hippies out in San Francisco did. So in Dallas, we followed the trend. Then I laid on top of here a pair of the jeans that I wear today. I still wear Levi's. And you can see how much wider the bell bottoms are. Bell bottoms, bottle of wine at a wet concert. All hell, you'll survive. Now some people who could sew, they'd get creative and they'd split the seam up the side there, and then they'd add in whatever they wanted to, and they could personalize and customize their bell bottom. I actually don't think these were 50 years ago, but this is the idea. Okay, we've taken care of business. Now, why don't you fill me in on your dope smuggling? And I'm sure you were wearing Levi's. Where'd y'all go and how long did it take you? Did you actually cross the border?
Let's see. From P, Texas, we'd go down to Del Rio or Pedros Negros. We'd score down there, and it'd take about 6 hours if you didn't piddle around going down there. And we went across the border a couple of times, you know, because it was cheaper, but we got to thinking, and for just a little bit more money, you could buy it on this side of the Rio Grande. So most of the time we just stopped in town. One time we crossed over to Pedros Negros. Before we made our connection, or I should say we were waiting in the bar waiting for our connection, we had quite a few tequilas and quite a few Budweisers, and we got pretty silly. Finally, that old Mexican boy, he came over with a couple pounds. And we were so stupid and drunk, you know, we just went over to the market and bought kind of a duffel bag kind of thing and threw it in there. And we walked across the border about 11 o'clock at night. And those old custom guys, they were just laughing at us about coming across drunk, saying, "Y'all have a good time?" We went, "Oh, hell yeah." We just kept walking, but after that experience, we thought we were kind of pushing our luck. Why don't you tell us about this fine-looking Mexican jacket you got here, Groovy?
This is one fine Mexican jacket that I got down on the border. But that's for another edition of What's in My Closet.
Remember, ONOs, world peace begins at home.